sweet compassion when my soul's in need. I find compassion for friends and enemies. My own compassion is where my spirit breathes.
Live from Santa Barbara, welcome to Compassionate Connection. I'm your hostess, Gigi Amor, and the purpose of our show is to share with you how to connect compassionately within ourselves and with others. When we gain the knowledge of the language of compassion, the language of peace, we can transform and enrich our relationships within ourselves and with others. And now, with that being said, the creator of this language of peace is Dr. Marshall Rosenberg, and we're going to reflect now on his most popular, best-selling book throughout the globe. And there we go. This is now in 25 various languages and, oh, well, wait a minute, 65 countries to be exact, and growing strong. And what I appreciate about this is this affects the way that we think, we listen, we speak, and we act in every situation to generate cooperation and peace. We need more of that on our planet, don't we? So with that being said, I'm really excited tonight. We're going to explore a title of a show that we've created for you, and that's Happy Together. Imagine that. And so with that being said, I'd just like to say hello to Doug Giordani.
Hello, Gigi. It's a joy to be on the show tonight.
I know, we've
Makes
been
me
having
happy.
fun. Yay,
and we
there
can be
you
happy
go.
together as we interact on the show, you know, so.
Exactly, exactly. What a great formula. And I'd just like to tell you, I'm really happy to have Doug with us tonight. He is a seasonal singer and a songwriter and guitarist. He is also a comedian for sure, an entertainer, a jail chaplain, and a master of ceremonies. He's obviously very popular here in Santa Barbara. We're international. I don't have to say anything more.
Oh, okay, okay. All right.
Everybody knows Santa Barbara.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to go ahead and discuss some things about how to create this happy together and that happiness that we all want in our, it seemed to be seeking quite a bit, right?
Yes.
Like ice cream makes me happy, right? But like, you know, it doesn't last that long.
Yeah. Well, I think you have to define what it means to be together.
Yes.
Happy together. And I'm going to do the song by the Turtles, Happy Together, too, as well. But we have, in the day and age we're living in, such a complex situation. Life's moving so fast, so many worries and things to be chagrined about. It's just a heavy world that we live in. And it seems like in order to have happiness, you need to learn how to connect with people and open your heart and your life and have empathy and have camaraderie together and flow. I think that's the healing we need, is being connected to people so that we can be happy together. So that there's a very practical, pragmatic reason to do this. Because life today is, a lot of aspects of life make us very upset and confused about what's going on. And you look at the state of the world, and the violence and the tumult in the world, and you just go, wow. So it's very practical.
So how about in a relationship? Would you agree that being happy together in a committed relationship would require being happy within me, myself, and I?
All three?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my point being, happiness is an inside job, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. And undoubtedly, especially, I speak from experience, especially in marriage, the complexity today is unbelievable. And, look at the divorce rate. We have a hard time in that area because it's not like a simple friendship. There's a lot more dimensions to it than just let's just go out to a movie tonight.
So I think the statistics now are the first marriage, 40% chance of divorce, and now a second marriage, it's up to 70%. I think those are the current statistics.
Wow.
So, and then, it drops down as you go on if you don't work out your issues, like you say, the complexities and what's required. Personally, I would want to interrogate somebody if I ever became involved with them to find out how they think, react, and what their values are and all that. All the ingredients, right?
Yes, but even with the interrogation and even with good questions and some discernment, there's still elements of people that until you get into the experience, you don't know. They might say something and you might say something, oh, I'm this way and you're that way. But I liken it to a car, and a car that has a blown head gasket. I know, you're looking at me like, what the heck's he talking about here? When a car has a blown head gasket, that means there's a crevice and the compression is going out of the car and it's not running properly. The thing is though, when the car is going level or downhill, you might not even tell any difference because it's not under pressure. When you go uphill, it starts sputtering and runs like so that's what a deep relationship does, is that it puts you under pressure and the real issues come out. Until there's pressure, you don't even know it's in a person. Just like that car, you can't even tell that it's dysfunctional until you go uphill. It's under pressure. It's being strained, and all of us are that way. You don't know. Like they do a stress test to see what your heart's like. You put your heart under stress. So otherwise, you can't tell a lot of times until the stress reveals the real issues. Physically, emotionally, mentally, it's stress that brings out truth.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to find out about another person, go ahead and intentionally trigger them and see how they respond.
Is that what you do? Oh gosh! Let's just push the buttons here. It is fun, isn't it? I can remember. I got to confess, I used to drive my mother crazy, and I was heavy into philosophy even as a very young child, and I was brought up in a Roman Catholic family, so I just got a thrill out of pushing buttons and then bringing up epistemological, theological, philosophical points to try to throw them off, And I remember my mother when I'd say things to her and she'd start screaming, And I remember reflecting and thinking, and I stop and I just get real quiet and go, dang, this is more fun than watching TV. I hate to admit it. I think boys with their mothers especially kind of like the maternal instinct. The mother's caring and loving and very passionate towards her, especially son. But she's also vulnerable to getting, wigging out too. And so this young boy can really, I think that's just in our nature. We kind of like to push the buttons and, wind it up and let her loose.
I hope your mother's watching tonight. She knows
she's out to Tehachapi. I might send her a link to the show, but yeah, she's a riot though. My mom's a riot. She's 89 and she sings songs to me and everything, and she's just wonderful. I'm going to be very sad and empty when she leaves because we talk a lot, and she's just a wonderful, exhilarating, deep person. But we laugh a lot.
Happy together.
Yeah, we're happy together. Yeah, and those are the kind of relationships that really make life worthwhile. The ones that make you laugh, make you feel where you feel comfortable to feel, where you can share your heart and express your heart, and not be afraid that you're going to get, you know, reamed or judged or slandered, and you know.
Oh,
And
yes.
you don't have that with everybody.
No, no. I have that clause with my girlfriends where it's don't give too much information. It could turn around and be ammunition.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm just putting it out there. You know, I'm not overly paranoid, but
you know, I really feel sorry for the politicians, because you can do something that in most sociological context is not really a big deal, but then you get into a high position and the news is going to make it a big deal. Anything you've done, they're going to dig it up and use it against you. Wow.
a perfect example. There you go.
Yeah.
Being a public figure like you are, Doug.
Well, I'm not on that level, you know.
All around Santa Barbara, you're more popular than you think.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We'll talk about that after we go off
Thank you
air.
for the kind words. I appreciate that.
So, in reality, do you really believe that this happy together is a doable reality, and is it a doable formula? And how would that look, and how would that play out, in your opinion?
Well, it is doable if you do it, but it does take some work for this reason. There's this psychologist postulated this. He said that in most cases, and I don't know if I fully agree, the principle is good. I don't know if the percentage is accurate, but this is what he postulated. 1/3 of the people that you know or you're going to interact with are going to like you. 1/3 won't give a rip. They don't care. They don't have any opinion one way or the other. And then 1/3 won't like you for whatever reason. You know, there's many reasons why people don't like, you know, jealousy, contention, all kinds of things why people don't like other people. Makes them feel bad, or it's a competitive spirit and they want to put that person down because they want to be above them. Yeah, it's complex why people don't like each other. So it's important to find the people in your life that you feel comfortable with and actually like you and you like them, where it's kind of like a security belt to have each other's back, to really care for one another, and you have to feel comfortable. Now, traditionally, they say that you know, friendships or even marriages, you should be kind of copacetic and on the same level intellectually, philosophically, religiously, physically. You should be kind of, you know, the same sphere, you know, good looking or not, you know, and height and all, you know. It's really idealistic, but there's some truth in that. You kind of feel more comfortable with people that are a little bit more like you or in the same plane as you.
Like values, like just a
Yes.
good fit.
Yeah, similar values.
Yes.
To me, the most important thing is communication skills, the ability to communicate and to share, you know, emotional intelligence, to share heart. And I think there is an evolution with the male species here. I think us men are getting a little more emotional, intuitive, expressive, open with our hearts. Typically, we haven't been, you know.
Yeah.
And there's been a big problem in relationships because us guys are, you know, pretty uptight emotionally and way too intellectual.
That's a good point. I know Dr. Rosenberg is always reminding us that he would prefer to hear what's in someone's heart other than what's in their head. Mm-hmm.
But that is if you haven't been a person of the heart and expressed your heart, it is a huge jump to start doing it. And the vulnerability, because what you have to basically do is people who are of the heart, and women typically, not to get sexist here, but women typically do have, I admire that quality, that women are more emotional, because it takes a lot more guts and fortitude and to be vulnerable, to share your heart and risk rejection, risk misinterpretation, that people don't understand you, judging your overly emotional. See, a person who's not emotional will definitely interpret a person who's the least bit emotional as over-emotional because they're not in touch with their emotions and they suppress their emotions and they run their whole being by their mind instead of integrated with the heart. So anybody that shows emotion is going to be, you know, off the wall, you know, or excessive or crazy or, you know, over dramatic.
All those judgments that equal not happy together, right?
Yeah, right. Well, my son had a revelation. I mean, it's common knowledge in his work, but he worked for Homeland Security in Washington, D.C. And he's astrophysics degree from UCLA and top 2% in math. And I got kind of a funny story. Years ago, I was watching a movie called Being There with Peter Sellers and Shirley MacLaine. Very funny movie. And I have a landscaping gardening business, and so he was a gardener, and so I really identify with him. So Shirley MacLaine was trying to entice him. You know, she's trying to be real sexy and and he was just watching TV, and he's basically acting dumb, you know. And I remember the scene where she's trying to get his attention, and then finally she realized he's not responding. She goes and just gave up. And so I watched that movie, and I got illumination from the movie. So I said to my son, I said, you know, your father, me, has stayed out of trouble all these years because when I get into a volatile situation with a woman, I just act stupid. And he looked at me and says, Dad, you're not acting.
Good out, though.
I tell you.
He has your humor.
Yeah. Well, no, that was on a deeper level than my humor. That was good. I go, wow, thanks a lot, son. But you know, coming from him and what he's been involved in, and he's now in San Diego doing engineering stuff, and married a PhD, and you know they have a house with a new baby, and they're blessed. They're blessed.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for them.
Yeah, there you go. And counting our blessings is another form of building up our own happiness so it can bubble out and fall on to others.
Yeah. But back to that point about getting there, because I don't think in the world that we live in, it's almost like you have to fight to some degree to get into a good state, whether it be a peaceful state. For example, getting a little psychological, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, the basic supposition of it is that you have a pyramid, and you have the bottom, the basis is, you know, food, shelter, clothing, the basic needs. You got to meet those needs, and before you go higher, you know, and the ultimate is like self-actualization and, you know, the deeper areas of life. But in order to have happiness to a great degree, because life is more complex today, you've got to get things in your ducks in order to some degree. You know, you got to be careful not to be overly fastidious on everything. You know, and I got to get the dishes right now, and I got to do this, and I got to do that. But because you need to enjoy life, you need to have times of rest and rejuvenation, relaxation. But you kind of, to some degree, have to put things in order so that you can enjoy being happy and be present with the person that you're going to be happy together with.
Yes.
But it takes work because you've got to get other things out of the way. If you're going out and going to a party, you want to have things in order, including, you know, taking a shower and getting cleaned up and, you know, being in the right state to enjoy that party, you know. And that takes pre-planning and takes effort and work and, you know, organization.
Absolutely. And yet you can be happy doing some of these simple things, even though it's not a person. You're happy that you're experiencing doing those dishes, that you have them to do, and be grateful. So it's just another way of kind of pushing the envelope in another direction. It's not a requirement that you need to be with a particular person at a point in time to feel happy, because you can't be happy within. And I think it really is a great advantage if people are aware of what can build up their happiness. Like you said, like being organized, being pre-planning things, prioritizing, so you can make the most of enjoying whatever you're choosing to do.
Well, like the scripture says, you know, you love your neighbor as yourself. We do love ourselves, but you know, in order to get love for ourselves as well, we have to love one another to, you know, so that you have that exchange, you know, so it builds trust and everything. And I do see it. Life has gotten that there's you know, politically there's such a line of demarcation with the different, you know, the Republicans and the Democrats and everything. And we're having a harder time, I think, loving one another and accepting one another. And that takes a lot of work. But, you know, treating each other with respect, even if somebody's different than us, that takes a lot of work, because we tend to be egocentric by nature and think we're right and they're wrong, you know. I mean, by contrast, if I'm right, then they must be wrong because I'm already right. So the antithesis is true. And then you have fragmentation, you have splits with people. And, you know, we're in challenging times in our culture. I mean, we're really struggling in that area. You know, and how to be happy together, how to get along, how to accept one another, how to show each other respect. We're just really caustic with one another today. You know, we all catch ourselves doing that. You know, making judgments, and then of course the news always demonizes the other side. Both sides do it. Republicans do it. Democrats do it. They make the other side seem a lot worse than they are in reality, and probably make themselves a lot better. You know, it's challenging. The whole situation is very tumultuous.
So we put forth the very, very best we can, and perhaps a week from now we could make another decision and, you know, one up it, right? It's continuous, our self-growth, let alone perceiving others in a way that they can enjoy. I think it's kind of an energy thing. I can find something adorable even in outlaws.
I'll tell you one thing that has really helped me in this area for a number of years now. I've been a chaplain in the jail, and I'm telling you, you know, I'm actually, you know, I was out of the 60s and I didn't do any drug. Well, I tried marijuana a couple times, but I haven't had any drugs in 50 years. And so I'm really conservative in a lot of ways. I've had longer hair and everything, and I'm more expressive, and I like music, and I like to get all excited and do James Brown and Jim Morrison, you know, and exciting music. But so I go to the jail, and the bottom line is, you know, people who are there aren't real inhibited with certain areas of their life. They kind of really let loose, and that a lot of times is what gets you into trouble, is letting loose and going by desire and not by reason, and saying things or doing things that are going to put you in jail. So, but the thing is, I've learned a lot from these guys, and I've enjoyed them because they are so real and expressive that it's helped me, because and they're you know, if you're in jail, you tend to be more honest and more real, just because it's really hard to hide and say, well, I'm just so great and I got everything together and I don't have any problems, you know, and put up a good front. There's no question you're there for a reason, and I see good things coming out of that, even though it's a difficult thing and a sad thing that people have to go to, you know, they break the law, and obviously it has to happen that way, because, you know, when people are breaking the law, they're violating other people's rights and their own personal sovereignty. So you have to do it, you know. But
is there regret that you find? Remorse of maybe making one bad decision?
It's almost more regret than remorse, because typically, and I think there's statistics on this, you know, I go there like a couple times a month. I do programs on Sunday nights, and we'll get together, have a group discussion. We'll have a time of prayer. We put arms together and we talk and we sing and dance and have a good time. And they said they really love me coming there, because I bring joy to them, and I let loose. But 6 months from now, I'll go back there, and a guy will say, "Well, I'm getting out Monday," and we'll pray for him, and we'll encourage him, and say, "Okay, now you want to change your behavioral patterns and change your relationships," which is a hard thing to do for anybody, and stay out of here, And 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, they'll be back. A lot of them will be back. So when you say regret, remorse is one thing. Regret, it seems like in regret would be a higher impetus to change than remorse, because remorse, you just, I'm sorry it happened. I'm sorry I got caught.
Yes.
But then in regret, you're going, wow, why? I think you get more deeply introspective, and you go deeper into your heart. Well, why did I do that? And that was wrong. And I got to change. I can't do that. It's wrong. It's hard coming to that revelation. That really ultimately, and it's true for all of us in more subtle areas. Change is extremely hard. You got to really regret the things that you've been doing or not doing. To be motivated to change. Otherwise, you just kind of stay the same.
Yeah, it's like you break a plate. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's not going to fix the plate.
Yeah.
It's broken. Do I regret it? No, I'm just saying I'm
sorry.
So
I'm glad you're talking about a plate. Because I don't want it to be a pot, because otherwise it would be a cracked pot.
Okay. And I'm sure you deal with those characters too, Doug. Another show we'll talk about.
Well, hey, I would like to do the song "Happy Together."
Beautiful.
You ready to do a dance? You like a go-go dancer?
Not necessarily, but we'll go with what you have on your showtime here.
Okay. I love it. This is one of my favorite songs from the Turtles. Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, and ease my mind, imagine how the world would be so very fine. So happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When I'm with you, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me. So happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When I'm with you, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. No matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me. So happy together. So happy together. How is the weather? We're happy together. So happy together.
That song, it's awesome. Oh my
glad
gosh.
you like it.
Yeah, it just raised the energy in here, and we're all happy, and we're all together now. It's great.
It's one of those songs. It's called a feel good song, and I notice I just did a gig a week ago at the Farmers Merchants Bank. They had a big banquet, and I was sitting. That was one of the songs I sang. And you know, I noticed when, of course, when you have songs that are kind of bop, you know, bop songs, you know, they you know, people hear it and they go. They start, you know, they get a spring in their step, you know.
Yes.
It's interesting. Certain songs just move people. Just the beat, the feel of it. Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs.
Oh, that's like a happy hook in that song, right?
Happy what?
A hook.
Oh,
Do they
happy,
call it hook?
happy hook. Oh, yeah, hook. Never mind. Watch. Oh gosh, out of there.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
sorry. Okay. Oh.
Okay, he's having fun with this one. Oh,
Okay.
no.
All right.
Oh, well, with all that being said, and we're excited right now, I have another question for you. How would you respond to this one? How would you negotiate and compromise any complications that may arise about sharing any of those touchy subjects that come up in relationships?
Wow. You know, I feel like Mueller in the investigation. Will you repeat the question? Oh, God. Okay. How you would share in a touchy situation what?
Compromise. How do you go about negotiating and compromising in a touchy relationship where you want to be happy together?
That is a challenge. But, you know, I have a friend, I won't say his name, but we had some issues, and basically I've improved the relationship by kind of, you know, backing off from responding to his anger or disappointment, and kind of playing a more of a low-key role and listening, and then trying to renegotiate, like, yeah, okay. Does that make sense?
No, yeah.
Because when someone's mad at you, it might be to some degree that they're mad at you, but and I'd say in a lot of cases, including myself, when I'm mad at somebody or somebody's mad at me or irritated or there's some kind of schism between us, a lot of times it's a projection from other things in my life, other biases and pain and hurt and issues that get pushed out, projected out on that person when they do, because what they're doing might not be as bad in reality, but you know, we interpret it as bad because there's other things going on in us, and we project onto that. So that's why when somebody's angry with us, you need to kind of stand back and go listen to them, but go realize it, not because you take it personally, and then you react and you come back at the person, and oh, gee, it just escalates. It's just a momentum of anger and dissension.
Boy, we're in alignment on that
Yeah.
response, Doug. Absolutely.
Now,
Now,
does that go along with Rosenberg, with
Absolutely,
nonviolent communication
yeah.
and sharing your feelings and negotiating, working out the problem?
Exactly. Giving empathy and going beyond. Now, I know we're running fast on this show right now. I just wonder if you'd like to share some more of your
Yeah,
broken stories.
there I am at the farmer's market, and I was singing "Happy Together" there. And there's another picture I just did just for the fun of it. That was at a friend's house. That's the next one there, Fred. And the caption said, "I'm a budding success, better than a blooming idiot." Look at the beautiful flowers there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh,
So hey, you know what? Somebody very special to us, somebody very, very, very special, had a birthday party, didn't he?
yes.
Our director here.
Yes.
You know, before he puts the thing on, I would like to say so. He was a director on a show that I was on years ago, many years, like 25 or more years ago, called Behold the Day, with a friend of mine named Shay Torrent, who was the organist for the California Angels, and he used to tour with Johnny Mathis, Nat King Cole, Pat Boone. He was older than me, and passed away about 20 years ago. And Fred, in the sound room there, Fred was the director of this show. We had some wonderful times. He's a very good director, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Well, you've been around.
Yes,
You've been
14 years I've been blessed to have Fred be the director of this show.
So, Fred, will you put that video on about the birthday party? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Fred. Happy birthday to you. Yay, Fred. All right, happy birthday. Woo, yeah.
Tonight's most popular man.
Yeah. That was good. That was good.
Absolutely.
So, that was very good. We at Pascucci's. That was a wonderful night.
Happy
Good stuff.
together, right?
Happy together, yes. Yeah, and Fred was telling us about his experience at making a movie, writing, teaching at City College. I mean, he's quite. I call him a modern day Renaissance man. He's very, very eclectic. He does a lot of different things.
Yes, a professor of astronomy. That's fascinating.
Yeah, and he teaches what? Voice and guitar and
languages.
Languages. How many languages do you know?
I don't know. The Hebrew. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
That's
something. So, anyway, I was at the Alameda Park.
Okay.
And I'm going to want to talk about this Joyous Movement. It's an organization with Beth Amid, a friend of mine, and we were at a party at the park, and this is "Let It Be" from the party.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. When all the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. Though they may be parted, there's still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still light that shines on me. Shine on till tomorrow, let it wake up to the sound of music. Mama Mary comes to me. There will be an end. Let it be. 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 There will be an end. Let it be. 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 There will be an end. Let it be.
All right, that was fun. That was at Alameda Park for a joyous movement for this organization that Beth has started, and a bunch of nice people were there. We were all singing songs and having a good time, and then we did right at the party we did Twist and Shout, and somebody who's holding the phone or the iPhone turned it sideways. So you know, if you want to look sideways, that's what you're going to see. You know. So go ahead and put that on, Fred.
How fun.
Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Come on and work it on now. You know you twist so good. You know you twist so fine. You know you got me going now, baby. Woo, yeah. You let me know you're mine. Everybody now. We're taking it, baby, now. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Come on and work it out. Ooh, you know you twist so good. You know you twist so fine. You know you got me going now. Yeah. Well, let me know you're mine. Everybody now. Come on now, baby, now. Come on and work it on now. Woo. You know you twist so good. You know you twist so fine. You know you got me going now. Let me know you're mine. Shake it, baby, now. Shake it, baby, now. Shake it, baby, now. I said I shake it.
Oh my!
Oh, that's so fun. I feel like doing it right now. That was fun.
Oh, you just get everybody all worked up, don't you?
We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. That was so much fun. But I also like doing, I was at, the night before we had a party for the Joyous Movement at Beth's house, Falling in Love, Can't Help Falling in Love from Elvis Presley.
Oh, beautiful. It just goes on and on. I don't know where you're going to pop up around town.
Well, anyway, I'd like you put that clip on for a joyous movement with Beth Amin. Self-explanatory. So go ahead, Fred. Put that on.
Hello. Would you like to be part of a joyous movement? I'm Beth Amin, and I've been teaching self-expression through the arts for nearly 50 years. And have seen thousands of people of every walk of life and age come alive, heal disorders, and express their inner joy through the magic of art and movement programs. 10 years ago, I developed Joyous Movement, an easy, fun, inclusive dance experience for seniors of every age and ability, including those who have Alzheimer's and dementia, and many who are nearing their transition. Using music of their era, simple dance movements, colorful props, and the touch of human love through the hands, the eyes, and the heart. I have witnessed miracles every day, even the most hard to reach and unresponsive of seniors, and it has truly been one of the most beautiful experiences of my life.
I'm Kimmy. I'm a Joyous Movement instructor, and I absolutely love bringing joy to the seniors every day. Teaching Joyous Movement has been the highlight of my life, and I want everyone to have a piece of it and bring joy to the elders in our communities all across the world. We'd love your help. Come and join us, and you get to wear fun hats and accessories like this.
My name is Jill Hires. I'm a program director at a senior living community. Nothing guards against the rapid, increase of Alzheimer's like dance and music. There's nothing else in our community that I work with seniors that really grabs people and infuses them with life like a dance class with Beth.
We have a book called Joyous Everyday Living, a weekly national podcast for seniors and anyone interested in aging well, keynote speaking engagements, and trained instructors successfully bringing Joyous Movement to retirement homes throughout our world community. My goal is to throw an international joy party with no one left behind. I'm here today inviting you to join me with your gifts and presents and make my highly developed formats accessible to anyone on this planet who needs them. We will use our funds to carry out our business plan. Our current needs are revamping our brand identity, website development, marketing and promotion, as well as producing and distributing our merchandise. We have many fun offerings for you to participate in as you help expand this joyous organization.
It has done so much in terms of improving my balance, my spirit, my nimbleness, and I'm very grateful for the class and for Beth's enthusiasm.
Thank you for your support, and we invite you to party till checkout time.
That is precious.
Yes.
That's right here in Santa
I'm
Barbara.
very excited about it.
It's growing. Is it national already, or?
It's growing, and it's not just for seniors. Her vision is to make it integrate everybody, so everybody gets involved, and so it's just a great idea and happy together.
Yeah.
She does belly dancing and other forms of dancing. In fact, I was taking a tango class at the Santa Barbara Athletic Club, and that's how I got to know Beth. And this movement and all the people involved, they're very, very exuberant, lively, expressive people, and you'd have to be. I've found that dancers are pretty free and expressive people, pretty happy people. There's something about dance and expression that is very uplifting.
Absolutely.
Really loosens people up. It's hard when you're dancing with somebody to be snobbish or upset with them. It seems to produce happiness because you're jumping around, like smiling and getting all excited.
The movement.
Yes, the movement. Very exciting. I would like to do another song. Okay. From the Youngbloods called "Let's Get Together," and that goes along with this whole thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's such good songs out of the 60s, Love is but a song we sing, fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, and you may not know why. Come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together and love one another right now. Some may come and some may go, and we shall surely pass. When the one that left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together and love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. You hold the key to love and fear in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both if they're at your command. Come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together and love one another right now. Come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together and love one another right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now.
Perfectly said. And smiles are so international, aren't they?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
it opens up the heart for
Yes.
sure.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Oh, God, Doug, like you could just keep going, couldn't you? Easily, just like that with all your music.
Oh, well, music's, I'm going through some tough times in my own life now. But back to that happy together, I liken the human heart to a battery. A battery keeps the car charged, keeps everything functioning, and the battery needs to be charged, just like our heart needs to be charged to be happy, to have motivation, to have love, expression, creativity. We need to be charged within our hearts. There are certain things in life, music, dance, friendship, being understood, inspiration, things that put charge into our heart. There's other things, being misunderstood. Yeah, I know you like the song. Don't let me be misunderstood, But that deplete the heart. When someone backs off, is mad at us, rejects us, if we were misinterpreted, we're not understood, the heart just sinks. It gets depleted of the charge. So my point is, when you're going through a hard time, you definitely need to be replenished. And you need to be happy with people and do things that recharge the heart, because it's really easy to go from discouragement to depression. The heart is so low, the charge in the heart is so weak that you just feel like giving up. And so I would encourage all of us to do things that bring, charge to our hearts and enrich us and strengthen us and make us alive.
Yes, I think in the Bible there is something there, protect your heart at all costs.
Yes, guard the affections of your heart, for out of it proceeds the issues of life. So, yeah.
Thank you. There's the quote.
That's right. That's
perfect.
Right. Yeah. Well, gosh, this has been great tonight. You're so fun to be around, Gigi. You're just full of life. You give me a charge, you know? Yeah, wow.
And that's my intention.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
It played out. What do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, Doug, you're always a joy. We really enjoy you throughout the studio, throughout our city. Your energy is so appreciated. Thank you for being with us tonight, Doug.
You too. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And I'd just like to say for our viewers, you can contact Doug. He is very entertaining, as you can see, and also a comedian. I mean, I just want to mention he's got that great edge to him, too. And his number is 805-252-7751, and Doug sings music at gmail.com. So try to catch up with him. I'd just like to reflect that we're proudly in our 14th year here at the station, and we just love having these fabulous guests with us and to help to create our consciousness so that we can all evolve. And you know, that's really what it's about, love and evolving and the heart, beyond all these other things there. We won't go there. Anyhow, you can contact me at 805-698-8233 and at gigiamortv@gmail.com. And right here, our show website is compassionateconnection.tv. And I'd just like to mention our amazing sponsors right here in the heart of Santa Barbara, wait a minute, oh God, I just love him, Robert Mathis. He's a holistic healer here in our Balboa building, and he's just on it, continuing with education and everything. And Dr. Joe Michelori as well, and he is into brainstem balancing. Fascinating, you got to check him out as well. And right here in our studio, a special thank you to remarkable Mark Nelson. He's been with us throughout the years, and the great attitude, loving guy, helpful, and of course our director, technical support, so much more, Fred Winter. We love you, Fred. We couldn't do the show without you. And for you viewers, I would just like to wish you all continuous moments of inescapable compassionate connection.